if I have to drag your broken fucking carcasses over the finish line. We are going all the way, no matter the cost, till the job's fucking done.
Alright, so The Boys series finale just dropped, and we have a lot to talk about. Obviously, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen the latest episode, go do that. In the meantime, make sure to subscribe so you can come back to this video. What the just happened? Look, I'm not saying it was awful. I'm really not. And Eric Kripke, I think is his name, said before that he hopes people don't retroactively judge the entire show off of the finale, and people were worried it's gonna be like this Game of Thrones level disaster at the end. It really wasn't. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't good either. There is one main thing we really have to talk about, and I'll get into all the other but the one main thing that really irks me, we never saw Homelander go Scorched Earth. The whole show, the entire show, you are waiting for this man to crack. You are waiting for him to finally break down and just let fucking loose. And he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. A waste. Such a waste. How do you have 5 seasons explaining how this man is so severely mentally f***ed up to do nothing with it? His one minor crash out is on television. Like, yeah, okay, he's in the Oval Office. That's a cool setting for a scene. But you did nothing with it. He's talking about eliminating these non-believers and whatnot, and it's like, okay, it's really gonna go down. Just didn't happen. Now, there are a bunch of reasons for that, and I hate to just chalk it up to bad writing, but it is. The pacing was horrible. It just made no sense. There was no setup. If I was being honest, in order to save it, you probably should have had this finale be like 2 hours, but what are you gonna do? I don't necessarily think that's reasonable. But what you could have done is have Homelander go Scorched Earth in episode 7, right? The penultimate episode, and then you could have really set up the final battle in episode 8. But seeing Homelander go Scorched Earth is so important to the story, and the fact that Kripke didn't do it, no balls, man, just no balls. Like, how are you gonna tease this psychopath for 5 whole seasons and do absolutely nothing with it on a mass scale? If you watched that and were satisfied, I don't know what to tell you, because that was the biggest blue ball of all time. You should have had Homelander go Scorched Earth in episode 7, start killing motherfuckers, these non-believers, show true fear in Americans, right? It has all been building up to this moment. Have him lasering cities and shit. The promotional images were so misleading, so misleading, right? Where it's him standing above the world and it's in flames or whatever. It's just such a disappointment and such a miss. And I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. In my opinion, if you were to ask people what they want to see most, it's Homelander losing his shit. Finally, because it has been built up so much. And it just didn't happen. So that's the biggest issue, obviously, and I think that is beyond idiotic that it didn't happen. Now, I will say, because again, I truly don't believe that this was an awful finale. It wasn't good, but it wasn't awful. I will say a really great scene was Butcher and Hughie in Vought Tower. Like, you finally killed Homelander, and that is the big thing, right? Which again, they and just didn't set that up the way they should have, but we'll kind of get into that fight scene. This scene with Butcher and Hughie was really well done because it is that other core aspect of the show, right? Yes, it's Homelander and he's the big bad, but it is Butcher and Hughie and how they are 2 sides of the same coin, and where's the overlap and where's the difference? Where is Butcher's humanity and where is Hughie's willingness to do what he has to do? And this was a really great scene, had a lot of great tension, and showed the nuance in the situation and of the show that really has been building over the course of 5 seasons. Hughie, of course, shoots Butcher, and it needed to be done. I think it was time for Butcher to go. He said himself that he wasn't going to stop, and in a way, I think that was his coping. You know what I mean? Like, he lost the love of his life and so many horrific things happened, and so this was his way of doing justice for the world. And Hughie being the one to stop him, especially because Butcher sees him as a spare Lenny, I think was a really sweet way of doing it and just seemed right. We also got a bunch of happy endings for our characters, which in my opinion is always good to see. You can't go wrong with that, especially because you've spent so much time with them over the years and you've really gotten to know them that I love a good happy ending, especially for characters that you love. Hughie is opening up a store, him and Starlight are having a baby, got married, he got back with Monique, Kimiko is in Marseille living it up, and you know, I was unsure if they were gonna keep her alive or not. I'm kind of glad they did. I think it worked out and maybe she's able to find some peace, but overall just love some good happy endings, can't go wrong with it. There were also some cool kills. The church dude getting the gag ball over him yelling was a nice creative kill, and then of course the Deep getting tentacle banged, you know, by all the ocean's creatures. All good, you know, just good kills and pretty satisfying. I will also say definitely one of the funniest episodes in the entire show in my opinion. I think it had a bunch of really good moments and a lot of one-liners, even if it was written or not explicitly said, just really, really funny. The fight choreography, especially in the Oval Office, was great with Kimiko, Butcher, Homelander, and Ryan. That was really good. It was good choreography, and again, a really cool setting for a fight, the Oval Office, and shit's going down, and I really loved the idea that it was filmed live, or it was broadcast live, and I think they could have done it a little bit better, but the fact that everybody saw who Homelander truly was and his breakdown, again, that's what you were waiting for the entire time. I still don't think they did that well, but again, you knew that was going to happen. You knew that his babyish nature was going to be revealed to everyone, and they were going to see what a sad, pathetic piece of shit he was. The Gen V people, lame as all right? I don't know what the plan was. Clearly there wasn't a good one, if any at all. Did not use Marie or whatever the other girl guy's name is. Jordan Lee. Didn't use them very well at all in the slightest. Gen V and even just the build-up made it seem like they were gonna kind of be a part of the team and be integral in taking down Homelander and into this new age. And it just didn't happen. Just didn't happen at all. Complete waste of phenomenal characters. The fact that Soldier Boy wasn't utilized in this episode is also criminal. One of the best characters in the entire show, and the fact that they just chucked him back in that cryopod or whatever at the end of the last episode was just a really anticlimactic ending for that character. So in conclusion, mid. Some good moments and some good aspects of the last episode, but overall a huge miss. Not having Homelander go Scorched Earth, not having certain characters played the way they should be, and overall just wasn't set up the way it should have been. The entirety of Season 5 was kind of a miss, and honestly does put a damper on a really good show. Maybe I'll talk about this more another time. I'm sure there are aspects of this episode that I didn't hit on or cover in their entirety that I probably will at a later date, so let me know what you want me to talk about in the future. Let me know in the comments what you think about this episode and argue with me if you want. I'm happy to have a discussion, and honestly, I saw it in theaters with like the 4DX it was. That shit was crazy, moving seats and spraying shit in your face. So shout out to anyone who went to see it in theaters too, but yeah, might need a rewatch because there was a lot that happened in that episode. And now I'm bummed because whenever you finish a show, you kind of feel it sink in your heart. And it's just kind of like, man, this thing that I loved for so many years is now over. So it'd be like that. What are you gonna do? Overall, The Boys still a fabulous show, but the series finale missed. Thank you so much for watching. Again, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.